Thank you for those generous words, Dean Vasquez de Velasco. Thank you to President Manuel for this invitation, for your leadership and your friendship. Dean Thomas, Provost Ganem, trustees, faculty, staff, families, and of course, graduates of the class of 2026. Here we are in this great American metropolis, Chicagoland, home of three iconic institutions I've been following for my whole life: the Bears, the Bulls, and DePaul. It is stunning, even though it's a little dark in here, to see the sea of beaming blue-robed supernovas. It's like admiring a Lake Michigan sunrise or a Kerry James Marshall masterpiece, only even more spectacular. You are a beautiful human mosaic, un hermoso mosaico humano, beautiful. Thank you for inviting me to be here. What an honor. I will carry this degree with me everywhere and try to honor your examples. Some of you are the first in your family to go to college. Some are immigrants or the children of immigrants. Some are transfer students, some are graduate students, some are international students. Some are artists, athletes, teachers, healers. Some of you came to DePaul later in life and climbed the college mountain, course by course by course, while also holding jobs and studying online and taking care of family, or all of the above, just like my single mom did. Thank you. My mom started college in her 30s. You know, Father's Day may be a week away, yes, to the dads, but we all know that every day is Mother's Day. So, one of my favorite Chicago writers is Sandra Cisneros. In her novel, The House on Mango Street, the character Aunt Lupe reminds the young narrator Esperanza, as she's about to leave home, that her people, her place, and her culture form a beloved circle that's both around her and within her. Graduates, we sit within your beloved circle right now, right here in Wintrust Arena. Some here have loved you since you were as little as a loaf of bread. They raised you and held you and taught you and shared life with you. And now on this glorious DePaul evening, present in body and in spirit, they applaud you. So in return, graduates, may I ask you to stand if you are able. Turn to this circle of love around us, or look to the sky and express your gratitude, whose love has been your launch pad. Thank you all who support our graduates. Woo! Okay. So, on this day of joy and accomplishment, I bring three thoughts to you as you prepare to stride across this stage and into your futures. First, I want to acknowledge something serious, that this is a challenging time for many of your age. We all know that it's the weakest job market for new graduates in some 30 years. Inflation is still soaring, the seas are still warming, the divides are still deepening, and around the world, war is still begetting more war. And meanwhile, in the frenzy to win the AI arms race, a handful of tech billionaires are looting our intellectual property and lopping off jobs with their chainsaws. I don't have much faith in these would-be tech overlords as they break the locks off Pandora's box, but, and this brings me to my second thought, I do have the utmost faith in your generation, and in particular, all of you who have created your distinctive DePaul University educations. That I have faith in. Through your learning in these years, in and out of the classroom, you've developed a boundless power that's far more formidable than AI, and that, Blue Demon Nation, is HI, or human intelligence. And by human intelligence, I'm referring, yes, of course, to your computational and analytical powers, but so much more than that. AI can't hold a candle to HI. HI is that unique fusion of gifts and resources like judgment and grit, aspiration, empathy, integrity, agency, and love with which we humans make our livings and make our lives. But now, with AI surging, is it true that HI is going to go the way of the dinosaur and Blockbuster? No, no, definitely not. HI is what's rising. And that's because, for example, in the world, the domain of work, it's HI that allows us to relentlessly drive our own professional development, solve problems on teams, motivate colleagues, strengthen company cultures, build social capital, and earn trust with customers and with stakeholders. In the domain of our everyday lives, it's HI that allows us to bond with others and choose our values, take in art, care for animals, stand in awe beneath the midnight stars. And in our democracy, it's HI that allows us to choose what we hold true, and then listen, learn, lead, vote, speak, compromise, and through it all, serve our 250-year-old American calling to promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. We've entered an age in which technology has dramatically pushed the pace of change, obviously. It is HI that allows us to adapt to those changes and sometimes drive them. It is HI that enables us to use AI as a tool or a toolbox, but never a crutch. Your human intelligence has been cultivated extremely well during these years, not just because DePaul is a great American university where academic excellence and academic freedom are two sides of this realm's one coin. That's true, but also because DePaul is a great Vincentian university defined by sacred ideals like the dignity of all and social justice and humility, inclusion, care for the newcomer, service and forgiveness and love. And since you've formed yourselves here at DePaul, your HI will always enable you to bring ethical, moral, and spiritual considerations to any potential action, which Grok and Gemini can only simulate at best because to them, it's all X's and O's all the way down. And that leads to my third thought today, which is that there is immense value in your DePaul-enhanced ability to live the purpose of your life. Okay, maybe you're asking, okay, Boomer, I don't know the purpose of my life. How can I live into something I haven't figured out yet? And that is the right question. And low-key, here's one way to answer it. You've all labored over professional resumes that detail your high school and DePaul degrees, your jobs and your internships, your achievements and your skills. Keep adding to those resumes. And by the way, yes, doom scrolling is a skill, and mastering Uber Eats is definitely an achievement. Add them with pride. But also, try creating a second companion resume, which I'll call the life resume. Let's imagine you're getting started on yours right now, sitting in those chairs. As with any resume, you begin by putting your name at the top. Only for the life resume, maybe you use the name your loved ones call you, or one that speaks to how you truly see yourself. It is the life resume. In my case, I'd probably swap out Daniel Porterfield for Brunson Porterfield right now. I know I'm in Chicago. I shouldn't say something good about the Knicks, but come on, that was amazing. Now, on that life resume, leave some white space on the page right below your name. We'll come back to that. You'll create 4 sections on your life resume, each one headed with a question and containing space for a bulleted list of the relevant experiences. Section 1, when have I learned? Think about what you'll record from your college experience. Maybe it was accumulating the foundational knowledge of your major. Maybe it was finding your own intellectual voice based on tough love from a professor. Maybe it was poring over an intricate novel that blended literary beauty with a radically new lens on life. These are the so-called mom's spaghetti moments, when time pauses and our hearts pound because we can feel ourselves like a lucid dreamer pushing through the would-be limits of our minds. Take note of these awakenings, list them on your life resume, love them, own them, and then use them to chart your path to more learning, like the way ivy and olive trees grow themselves towards the sunlight. This is precisely what AI cannot do. It cannot think. It cannot yearn to learn. As the modest son of 2 DePaul alums, Pope Leo XIV told the world in May, and I quote, "So-called artificial intelligences may imitate language, behavior, analytical skills, or even simulate empathy and understanding, but they do not understand what they produce. We humans do." Now, to the second section of the life resume. Here's the prompt. When have I experienced joy or love? Was it via a friendship that started in the dining hall, or an epiphany through prayer, or the oneness of a team, or a time when you reached out, or came home, or came out? Consciously and gratefully calling up these experiences acts as a reminder in our busy, overstimulated lives. I want love. I choose joy. I will make space for them both. Which leads to the third section of the life resume. When did I deal well with pain? I'm thinking of grief and loss, friendships that fall off, all those times when we feel anxious or alone or desolate or ashamed. The entry for the life resume is not the facts of those matters exactly, but rather, how did you respond? Did you ask for help? Did you mend a fence or learn a lesson or pick yourself up vowing to do better? These can be the seed moments for wisdom. After all, in life, none of us gets a pass on anguish. But when we cope with it and learn, we become more gentle and more grateful and more kind, which makes our encounters with pain a vital element of our ever-expanding human intelligence. And finally, section 4. When did I help someone else? I don't mean saving the world. I mean the Vincentian virtue of doing what must be done. Here at DePaul, maybe it was donating to a cause, or volunteering off campus, or intervening as a bystander, or cleaning up someone else's mess so the facility staff wouldn't have to, or making sure that a hurting human being who's within your reach knows that another human being cares. We can all look to serve. We can all stay ready to serve. And we can all widen the circle of love in our lives that we celebrate today when we do serve. So class of 26, that is the life resume. Its 4 sections capture the fact that learning, love, resilience, and service can be a consistent set of deeds we actively pursue to enhance our HI and our lives. The life resume also reminds us that we are so much more than the externalities like our jobs, our status, our social graph, or any ideology that would demean us. And there's one more thing. As the years advance and we add new bullets to this resume, which means we've created more love in our lives, more learning, more resilience, more service, a 5th section gradually starts to fill itself in back at the top of the page in that blank space you left by your name. That section is called purpose, your purpose. My own, I know now but did not know at your age, was just to help people respectfully. I say to you on this great day that we usually don't discern our purposes from abstract reasoning, but rather by observing the patterns of our choices and our deeds. In other words, I think we find our true heart's calling not before doing, but by doing and then reflecting on what we have experienced, which is exactly what a DePaul education in the Vincentian tradition has prepared you to do. As a result, class of 2026, you are not leaving DePaul today. You are taking it with you as an enduring resource to grow your human intelligence and live your life's purpose for your good and the greater good. Congratulations and thank you for listening.